so much better being here after a game like that.
Energy is awesome.
On Friday, you were like, we need to come back here, and we're going to smile on
You
it.
did.
And I'm smiling from ear to ear.
Yes.
Here we are, Cowboys 3-0 in the division, 4-3 on the year now. Gosh, it's going to feel great going into the bye week. Like, I can't imagine the next 15 days after that win, right?
Oh, it's great. I mean, as a player going into the bye after a win, I mean, there's nothing like it. Energy is skyrocketing.
Do you just feel like it's like, okay, now we come back. They're 3-0 in the division, and they're just going to run the table.
Got the Giants coming back.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys.
Well, and,
let's just soak in. Let's just soak in this one great win right now.
Victory
You bring
Monday.
up a good point, because I'm sure you guys listened to Dak Prescott's postgame last night. I'm sure we'll hear a clip, but he was talking about we have to take this win the right way. They had said last time when they were 3-0 that they sniffed themselves a little too much.
Yeah.
They know what they did in the past 3 games. We don't have to rehash that. But now they're going to take this win the right way, sit on it for 2 weeks, and come back.
Let's look at some highlights because they're all fun.
Yeah.
The first one you're going to see is Malik Collins at 4 turnovers. Hello.
That's
Hello.
awesome.
Jalen Smith getting in on the action.
What a
early. That's
hit.
Hey, Hot Boys, get takeaways. I love it.
Right
Hey.
here.
Orlando.
Kellen Moore, pull the fun plays out of the playbook.
Smile for me, Orlando.
Man, he kept him unbalanced the whole game. Great calls.
The visor game was not strong for him.
DeMarcus Lawrence, another forced fumble. Human log recovers. Antoine Wood.
Almost like it's like everything that we've been saying like needs to happen for the last 3 weeks. The Cowboys were like, all right, we'll do it. We'll get turnovers.
What did Zeke eat for breakfast, by the way?
He was running
He looked
angry.
different.
pissed off.
He did. He was running
I liked
angry.
it. I
All right,
enjoyed it
Blake
a lot.
Jarwin gets in on the action, and then this guy.
Money
Yes.
Maher.
I saw someone say the Maserati doesn't go below 60. That killed me this morning.
That is, it's unbelievable, his range.
0 to hero all the time for him. And then
Woods.
Xavier Woods.
Turnovers
Cookies.
coming in bunches.
Okay, so it's Monday morning. I'm just thinking out loud. I haven't had a chance to look at this, but like, did they equal their number of takeaways on the season in one night?
I think so.
Honestly,
It was pretty close.
It's got to be close. And Dak doing his Dak thing.
He was never, I think maybe you tweeted this or somebody tweeted this, like he was never going to pass this ball. He knew he wanted to run this in
From the jump.
and do it right in front of Roger Staubach, who was at
Yeah,
AT&T
more
Stadium.
rushing touchdowns than Roger the Dodger. Just
I saw him carrying that ball into the locker room.
Oh,
Gotta
you
keep it.
a grand night.
It's a good night.
Prime time,
Let's
too.
hear from the players, though, and then we'll discuss more.
Yeah, it's a great team win. The best complementary football that we've played all year long. Offense, defense making plays, getting us on the plus side of the field, us being able to capitalize on them, being able to do that early, score touchdowns early. Something that we've been trying to get to all year long, and we were able to do that tonight.
O-line come out there and, you know, they played their tail off. They had a great game today. Did a good job establishing line of scrimmage, moving those big guys off the ball, neutralizing that strong front four from Philly, and you know they got us going.
I don't know if we've proved much, you know. I just think we obviously won a very important game, but we still have to have that back to the wall mentality because, you know, that's really where we still at.
Barry loves Mari's outfit.
If
I love
Coop
it. I love
unrolled that turtleneck, it would go all the way
I mean,
above
there was like layers going under that.
Layers upon layers.
No one can say anything to Amari Cooper because he is undefeated against the NFC East.
And I really appreciate him busting out the backs to the wall line that they loved so much
Here we
last
go.
year.
It's back.
I'm telling you, hey, if it helps them, because they kept saying it last year and they kept winning games. So, like, if you need to tell me that, as long as you're winning, I don't care.
100-yard game from Amari and Zeke on the ground. Just real quick before we move to the defense, the stars of the game, what'd you like about the offense yesterday? What's one thing that stuck out?
Honestly, like, it didn't look that different, did it?
No.
Yeah, the gadget play to Tavon was fun.
Triple option.
But they ran the ball early. It just worked. They used some play action off of it. Still want to see more of that. Great example was the Jarwin touchdown. Obviously, like we said, Zeke he looked pissed
You're taking
off.
all of the choices right now, Dave.
I know, it just looked so
Classic
much.
Dave.
It looked the same, but so much more efficient. That's what I'm trying
I
to say.
will say last week we all had a conversation about them running on first down, and I think we were all in agreement that we didn't want them to do that as much. They did it 21 times yesterday, but it worked. They went back to their identity, and they just forced it against this Philadelphia front seven.
Yeah, I think Zeke had like 90-some yards on his first down touchdown carries, and it was something ridiculous. But the Eagles weren't able to make the Cowboys one-dimensional, and they were able to do whatever they wanted against this team. Hacks goes off to Kellen Moore. He called an excellent game.
And let's just again focus on Amari Cooper of the fact that this guy battled through injuries all week long.
Yeah,
I mean, no one was certain if he was going to practice on Friday. He did, and then he came into this game. He is so important to this Cowboys offense. They're 11-4 when he is on the field.
It just cracks me up. Sorry, Linz.
Go ahead.
I mean, that's the nature of football in a nutshell. Is like they pretty much ran the same stuff as they did in the losses, but when it works, it looks a lot.
What did they do? They executed.
They executed.
There was execution yesterday.
Penalties were low.
For it. Show us. They did.
How
Penalties were low.
about that?
Let's go check in with DeMarcus Lawrence. Obviously, he had words for Doug Peterson before the game. Here's what he had to say after the game.
Yeah, our standard is to live in that dark hole and don't never look for light, so we came out there and we was digging, and the light never came, and we looked at the scoreboard, it's 37-10, so that's the mentality we got to have day in and day out in order to achieve our dreams.
Yeah, we know we're a bad group of guys. We know that. We haven't been showing it the last 3 weeks. But we know that when we come out there on both sides, all three phases, offense, defense, special teams, we play our best and we do our job. We know we're going to be bad, man.
It matters, when you're a captain and you're a leader of the defense and one of the leaders of the team. You have to make plays that make a difference in the game. And it's something that me and Tank, we pride ourselves on, being playmakers.
Barry Church, tell me about this defense. What snapped with him? What changed?
I just think the tenacity and the ferocity of which they played out there. I feel like every hit against the Eagles offensive player was just ferocious. They were able to get the ball out. I think, like Dave said earlier, I think they matched their season high of turnovers in one game. The defense just played lights out. I feel like they helped their offense when they needed it. Great defensive.
When they smell blood in the water, that's when they attack.
It was all the stuff that we've kind of said we haven't seen. DeMarcus Lawrence got the edge more consistently against Lane Johnson than we've been used to. Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. I know Leighton left with a stinger, but I thought those two played fantastic. Their best game of the year. Not just making tackles. That's not what I'm looking for, but the aggressiveness, forcing fumbles, coming downfield. This looked like the group that we got used to.
And getting the juice that your team needs. Like, did you see, I don't remember which, maybe Xavier Woods, the sideline was like coming undone. Like, that is what your offense needs so much to have the momentum. It just, those first 14 points just felt different.
They did something last night that they haven't done since 2010 when they get 4 takeaways and 3 sacks in a game. They haven't done that since 2010. Barry, were you even playing here then?
I was a part of that.
So
I was a part of that.
You're ancient, Barry, but
Robert Quinn was just riding people into the back.
I think you brought it up, but yeah, if you would have said at the beginning of this game, hey, the whole second half, Leighton Vander Esch and Robert Quinn will not be in,
Didn't seem
I
like
would
it mattered.
have. Yeah, it just didn't
nuts.
even seem like it was phasing them.
No.
And you said it earlier, Sean Lee stepped up in a big way.
Yeah.
Sean Lee was throwing people around at the end of that game. He body
boy.
slammed
Your
that
boy.
guy.
Did you send him a text?
I had to. I mean, it looked like vintage Lee out there. I mean, the guy was throwing
Vintage
people
Lee.
around.
Got it.
All right,
Still got it.
anytime the Cowboys win, and especially after they beat the Eagles, social media, it's popping off. So here's the first thing that caught our attention yesterday.
Yes.
Jason Witten.
It's the second one that gets me because he's kind of by himself.
He is just your personal hype man. And he also the coaches take a beating from him on the sideline. I'm not even going to lie.
Oh, I can't wait to see the sounds from the sideline for
Imagine the year-to-year change for Jason Witten. Like, this would have been a work day for him right now last year, and people would have criticized him, and now he's just out here balling out with his bros.
All right, show me the next one.
I saw this and I was in near tears.
It's unbelievable. Shout out to William.
The slap
Texas
by.
William, you made us all laugh today.
Okay,
Absolutely.
this is
The glasses is what gets
That's
me.
what it is.
Yeah, it's the ghost
Shades. He always wears the Maui gems. Okay, this is not funny at all. Last night during the game, a tornado hit Dallas. And like, Dave, you come from Dallas this morning. It's just crazy down there.
Yeah, I was late getting to the show for all the traffic. I hope everybody's okay, but Man, that added a fun, like, interesting little element to that game where you're like, well, the Cowboys are driving, but there's a tornado on the ground in the middle of the
Anytime
city.
you're out like in Arlington, you feel like you're on an island and you just don't know what's going on outside the building. So
You do, and it's 100,000 people in there, and they're all just sitting there watching this
Prayers
happen.
up to everybody.
seriously.
Very sad to see.
So wild. Another weird thing that happened last night, apparently, Xavier Woods. Yeah, okay, don't hit him. But like a trainer from the Philly sideline comes out.
I actually-
and, like what?
Okay,
Excuse
bro,
me.
what the hell was
What
it?
are
From
you?
the clouds. If that is not a from the
That
clouds,
is from the clouds.
He's
He
ashamed
did.
walking off
He
too.
did come
You,
from the
he
clouds
knows
on
it.
that.
He's like, whoa, you know what? I'm about to get fined.
that's what I would do if I was a trainer,
Yeah.
though.
And
That
he
is
bowed
me.
up to him. That is me.
Yeah, he,
We kind of, like, you know, we ran the clip
That
of the
is me.
Louisville coaches getting everybody
What
hyped.
is
Like,
going on?
trainers and strength coaches need to take, like, a few chill pills. Like, it's getting a little extreme.
Smelling salts, put them down. Put them down.
Xavier went over there and pushed him. Then all hell would have broke loose. So
Oh,
it's like,
my
Find
gosh.
out the wazoo.
Yeah, there's no-
like,
there's
the
no reason.
NFL would just keep.
Is the
sending
trainer
them
getting
fines.
fined for that?
he should.
Probably
Should
not,
be.
though, if I
Oh,
had to.
I will
no reason you
investigate.
put your hands on a
this.
player like that.
You send him an envelope.
It sounds like a job for the buffoon police. So
Game balls time. Dave, you are first. Who is getting your game ball from last night?
I'm gonna do the very obvious one and say Ezekiel Elliott. I said this last night after the game. I thought this is one of the best games he's played in a long time. He, like we said, he ran pissed off. He had a lot of energy. He bowled over Malcolm Jenkins on like his third carry of the game. He demoralized the Eagles front.
That was ugly.
And Dak played well, Amari Cooper played well, and the offensive line, all of that is all well and good. But Zeke set the tone for this thing from the very beginning. I think his long was only 14 yards, but he just kicked their ass all night.
It was like he was legitimately angry at the Eagles.
Absolutely.
When a guy gets rolling
feel
like
it.
that, you don't want to tackle him,
No.
especially in the fourth quarter. I mean,
Saw
it's-
people shying away a little bit at the end.
We good. We good here. Well, we're always good when Brett Maher is on the field. Who would have thunk it?
Are we?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
63
what a
yards.
difference a couple of weeks makes.
That's what I'm saying here. This guy was 3 for 3 on the night. The 63-yarder in the stadium. They were saying it could have gone from 66. It is unbelievable to see what this guy does and the way that he hypes this team up. This was right before the half. They just had all the faith in the world in him to go from 63 yards. And let's just mention that now he is the first kicker in NFL history to have 3 60-yarders. That is
Nice night.
incredible. And consecutive
legitimately
games.
unbelievable.
his range is
And
unbelievable.
he hit a couple short ones for good measure too. So just an all-around nice night.
I just feel like if I went into the locker room and gave him my game ball, he would just like sit it down and be like, back to work.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
And that's why he gets my game ball.
This is true.
Your game ball, Barry?
My game ball has to go to my boy Lee, man. Sean Lee. I feel like he played amazing out there. He filled in great for Van Der Esch when he went down. And he just looked like vintage Lee out there. He was
There it is.
body
Yeah.
slamming cats, ripping the ball out.
Old heads looking out for old heads.
This is
here.
it right
Barry's
here.
like,
My
yeah,
boy.
hold it down.
Hold it down.
Hold it down for the 30-plus.
2010 class right there, man. And he held it down. I mean, he did drop a pick. I'm gonna give him some.
That would have been the
about that one.
5th turnover.
It would have been the 5th.
Wild.
What do you
This
think
guy, look
Witten was doing on the sidelines watching this? Just
He played great.
That was me when I saw Jordan Lewis getting my game ball. Everyone's been wanting to see him play more. He just makes plays. Last night he played 70% of the defensive snaps, which is a lot, I feel like, for him. But this first career sack, I mean, who wants more? Like, raise your hand. I'm so
We're not
down
on
with
camera,
it.
but we're raising
He
our
just
hands.
makes plays. I'm so happy.
is
for
he
this guy.
officially a hot boy? I tweeted this
got a
out,
sack.
and a couple people said that hot boys have to get 2 sacks to officially
the
be
rules are
initiated.
changing.
But I'm gonna go to this team meeting. I'm gonna crash it.
Aren't you hosting some Hot Boys on the Cowboys
Yes.
Hour tonight?
President
Tonight,
Hot
DeMarcus
Boy.
Lawrence and Robert Quinn. I will
right, get
I will
to the
be
bottom
there
of
to
this.
stand for
Find
our
out if
guy.
he's a hot
Get
boy
to the
yet.
bottom of this and find
He's
out.
gotta
if
be.
Jay's a
Is
hot
Robert
boy.
Quinn a hot boy?
Oh,
already?
absolutely. Robert Quinn's like the president of the Hot
It's
Boys.
gotta
He
be.
just said
Immediately.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's all we got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back
I did.
tomorrow.
I like talking about wins.
It's the bye week, but we're still
Positive
winning.
energy, baby.
Back tomorrow at 9:20.
That would have been
See you
bad.
there.
I'm glad it didn't.